everyone, myself Vaibhav. In today's session, we are seeing the USD remaining under pressure, and after the release of inflation data for the United States, we saw knee-jerk reaction which pushed the USD even lower. So, for today's session of market movers, we are going to focus on the continued weakness in the USD, and also we will see the developing technical outlook in light of this new release. So let's get started. If we take a look on the data docket for the day, earlier in the day, we got the CPI data for the second largest economy of the world, which is China. And unexpectedly, we are observing the drop in CPI for the month of January. This is the year-on-year reading, which now stands at minus 0.3. And the expectations were of a flat to positive reading, but here, as I said, unexpectedly, we are seeing the deflationary scenario revealing. But there is some positive development also, as the inflation rate has picked up in terms of month on month. So it has gone up from 0.7% to 1%. So at least on that count, the reading is not that bad. Now, moving on to the North American trading session, as I said, the US CPI numbers were below the expectation. But if we look at the prior data, the historical data for the last month, the CPI was exactly at the same level of 1.4%. But for the month of January, the expectations were that it might rise to 1.5%, but that didn't really materialize. And as a result of that, we saw continued selling pressure, and now the USD JPY is again moving towards its day's lows, and I think we can't really rule out a fresh breakout on the lower side. On the commodity front, we are scheduled to get, actually by the time this video gets uploaded, this release will be there for all of us to see. But as it is yet to be released, I am giving out the uh, tentative readings, the possible expectations, and here the crude oil inventory might go up actually by around 1 million barrels, and this will be a reversal of sort if we compare it to the prior week's reading of around minus 1.5 million barrels of drawdown. And if this comes as expected, I think some moderation in the light crude oil prices should be expected, as we have already seen the light crude oil on the fire. It has rallied substantially in last couple of sessions, and if we see the inventory build up, then of course some sort of correction can't be ruled out from the intraday perspective, if not from the longer term perspective. Now let's shift our attention to the technical outlook. Here we will first see the technical analysis for the USD JPY, and then we will also take a look on the gold XAU in terms of the US dollar. Let's start with the USD JPY technical outlook. This is the daily time frame chart, and here for the USD JPY, it has been the quite fast rally from both sides. We first saw it accelerating after consolidating closer to 103.5, and it went on till 105.5, and after making that top, it has given up some of those gains, not all of those gains, and it is now finding some buying momentum. Not exactly buying momentum. I think I should better say it is consolidating on the lower side, closer to this 38.2% Fibonacci retracement of its prior rally, starting closer to 102.5 and extending all the way to 105.7. And it might find some support in the short term, and it will be interesting to see how it plays out on the lower time frame chart. We do have the support in place on the lower side around 104 level, where we have the central pivot point of this month's pivot point series. And if we look at the regression curve and the pivot point series, both of these indicators are still pointing to the bullish trajectory for the USD JPY. But After struggling closer to this first resistance, it has gone on the lower side in bearish trajectory. And unless we see it respecting the support on the lower side, I would not really suggest any buy trade. But instead of looking for buy trade, short sell trades can indeed be looked into. And as I said, after the release of CPI for the United States, we are again seeing renewed selling momentum, and I feel this is something which we can exploit for with the possibility of a breakout on the lower side, and the fall might extend towards this central pivot point, the levels closer to 104. So that is something we can indeed exploit in today's session itself. If we consider the regression curve now, the price action has moved in the low band and it is even threatening to break below this lower band line. And if it does happen, then it will put pressure on this regression curve channel, and it is going to change the inclination after flattening in next couple of sessions. So if we want to look for the fresh trading opportunities in today's session, I feel the day's high, which is closer to the 50 SMA, should be the price area to watch out for, as long as the trajectory, or you can say the price action, is unfolding below this 50 SMA zone. We can continue to look for shorting opportunities in today's session in USD JPY. It has already seen some buying closer to this level, and I feel if it is not really able to cross and sustain above these immediate resistance, we can expect the break on the lower side. And as I said, the possible levels work out closer to 104. So even from the current levels, we have the bandwidth of around 50 to 60 pips, which can be capitalized on the lower side, while keeping the stop loss anywhere closer to these 200 SMA. That should be good enough. So for a risk of around 30 to 40 pips, we can look for the reward of around 60 pips on the lower side. This is not going to be exact 1 is to 2, but closer to that. And I think given the formation, that should be good enough. Now let's get started with the gold. This is the daily time frame chart, and gold has rallied after getting support closer to its prior swing low, and last couple of sessions it has only seen moves in one direction, and that is upward. Even in today's session, we saw after the release of CPI it getting a spurt, but of late it has given up most of those gains, and it is now again trading closer to where it was before the CPI release. But still, the formation remains in favor of the bullish trades, and as a result of that, we will be trying to look for the long trades only in today's session for the gold. If we consider the regression curve, now it is inclining on the higher side. This curve is now showing some signs that worst might be behind for the gold, and if it is able to sustain after crossing above this central pivot point, then that will open up further vistas for the gold to continue to rise, and in due course of time even the price levels above 1900 can be expected. And for today's session, I think this consolidation phase low of around 1830 USD per ounce is going to be important. And as long as it is holding above it, we can be hopeful of the continued rally in the gold, with the near-term target coming in place closer to this central pivot point, which is there around USD 1870 per ounce. So if we want to pinpoint the exact entry and exit points, I think the confluence zone of these 50 and 200 SMA should be good enough. Here we have already seen the gold consolidating closer to this 200 SMA zone, and for intraday session, intraday perspective, I think this is the price area to watch out for. And if we don't really see any further break below this prior swing low in US session, then I think this should be the confirmation we need for the new trade on the long side. that is a buy side trade in the gold, while the stop loss can be kept anywhere closer to these 100 SMA. So here the risk is going to be around 15 USD per ounce, and on the higher side, the price of around US dollar 1,870 per ounce can be expected. So you get the risk reward ratio little below 1 is to 2, not exactly 1 is to 2, as we will be looking for the gains of around USD 20 per ounce, whereas the risk is of around USD 15 per ounce. So that's how it looks to me. And for this trade to happen, we will first, of course, need the gold to respect this support on the lower side. And as it has corrected after making this high, I think we should allow the couple of hours to pass before we are able to take the trade, and we can then, if it is sustaining above this immediate support zone, then that should be good enough for fresh trading opportunity. So that's it from my side for today's session. If any of you have any query or any idea to share, you can write to me in the feedback section, and I would be more than happy to take the discussion forward. Before I sign off, I would also like to remind of the risk associated with trading in the financial instrument, and one should be careful while using the information provided. Have a fabulous day ahead. Do subscribe to the Decoscopy webinar channel. Thank you all for joining in. Goodbye.